I am joined today by Kevin Mayhew author Amy Scott Robinson, and she is here to talk about her brilliant new book, They Sang. Thank you for joining me. So this new book is an Advent course, and I, for one, am very excited because the first line on the back says, "Have you ever wished the world was more like a musical?" And I literally wish that every day, so I'm very excited about it. So just give everyone who's got no idea what the book's about a quick overview of what they can expect.
Right, so in the Christmas story in the Gospel of Luke, there are these four moments of song. They're written in verse, so you can tell that it's poetry or it's song. And Mary sings one of them, Zechariah sings one of them, the angels obviously sing, that's probably the one everyone can think of, and then Simeon sings. And so this course is based around those four songs, what they're about, who the people were that were singing them, and why they suddenly broke into song.
So tell us who can use the book, where can they use it, what's it for, how can they use it?
It's really aimed at small groups, sort of home groups, and the book is written with a leader in mind who might be using the book to lead the group through Advent. So it's a weekly thing. There are 4 weeks, and then the fifth week, which is a sort of celebration because there are 4 weeks in Advent, and then the fifth one, I know from experience that what happens is everybody goes off and has Christmas and doesn't want to come back. But the fifth one is more of a sort of party, and it's a very creative celebration of everything that has been done so far.
Is that the one in the book that mentioned mulled wine, Christmas music?
Yes.
I'm in. So obviously, I mean, you're very busy, you've got a successful career, 2 children. How do you fit Advent into your life, and do you do anything special for Advent?
Yes, we do. We have collected Advent traditions in my family, and every year as we get out the big box marked Advent box, and I say, maybe this year we won't do everything, yeah? Maybe we'll just pick a few things, and the children say, no, we have to do it because it's a tradition. So we have multiple Advent calendars. We have a Jessie tree, which I always try to take quite seriously and tell the stories every day. I fail. We get about 2 weeks in with the Jessie tree, and then that becomes too much for us. We have an Advent wreath which we do light every Sunday, and we have a special song that goes with that. So yes, we're very full on Advent in our house.
It's a busy time. And when do you put your decorations up? Do you do that at the beginning? Is that quite a serious?
No, decorations don't go up until as close to Christmas Eve as possible. If I had my way, it would be on Christmas Eve, but in a clergy family, that's not possible. So no one's around on Christmas Eve, so it tends to be a few days before.
So of these 4 songs, could you pick a favourite?
It's very difficult. I think it would have to be Zechariah's song, because all 4 songs have made their way into liturgy. They appear in services in the Church of England, and Zechariah's song is called the Benedictus, and it appears as part of morning prayer. And so that's probably the one that I've recited most often with, certainly with my husband. We say morning prayer together quite a lot. So, and I really love the words of it, that blessed be the Lord. It's one that I've written a tune to, which is actually in the book. So I've got that tune in my head as well as we say it.
Oh, lovely. So activity-wise, what kind of things can people expect? What does it get you to do?
There are responses in the book which are kind of a cross between a prayer response, and some of them are quite prayerful, but some of them are quite creative, and some of them have quite a bit to do with poetry. So you are invited to respond by writing things and by being creative in the book, but don't let that put you off if you're not a creative person, because it's all very carefully led and structured so that you're not jumping in at the deep end at all, but it's about taking those words and that inspiration and the way that those people in the story filled with the Spirit started to sing, and just beginning to let a tiny bit of that happen in our own lives.
Perfect. And could you use it on its own, or is it mostly for groups? Could you use it kind of as an individual?
I think you could. It is written addressed as if to a group leader, but I would expect in a group everybody to have their copy, because there are places to write things down, there's pictures to look at, there's music to read from, and I think that individuals would probably get as much out of the responses as well just by reading them through.
Here at Kevin Mayhew, we actually know Amy as a children's writer predominantly. So was it different? I know you have written adult books before, but was it different writing an adult book for us? How does your kind of creative storytelling children's way, does that sort of turn into an adult book, or is it totally separate for you?
No, I think it does. I think it does feed into it, and I think it has done for all of the books that I've written for adults in a way, because they've been about poetry and metaphor. But all of that is part of the storytelling experience, really, about how we use language to communicate and how we tell stories. And I think there's quite a lot of that in this one as well.
Perfect. No puppets, though.
No puppets, not this time.
If you want to get your hands on a copy of Amy's brilliant new book in time for Advent, it is available from kevinmayhew.com, online retailers, and from your local Christian bookshop. And I'd just like to say thank you again so much for joining us, and we're very excited. Grab your copy now.